Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're heading high into the Himalayas near Ranikhet to look at something really unique and frankly quite unsettling.
We are. It centers around this ancient oak tree. We're talking really ancient, way before the British were even there.
And the whole story kind of kicks off with this truly horrific event back in 1789.
Right, the burning of a woman named Nagin Bai. She was accused of witchcraft during a cholera outbreak, and they tied her to this specific oak tree.
Just imagine that scene, flames, the tree, and Nagin Bai uttering this, well, this curse.
It's a really chilling curse. And it wasn't aimed at the people, but at the tree itself. She said it would drink blood.
Yeah, that its leaves would be her tongue and the roots, her unending hunger.
And the really weird part, what happened right after?
Local stories say the oak's leaves turned deep crimson, like overnight.
As if the curse just latched on immediately.
And that wasn't even the end of it, was it? The first victim, the village headman.
Exactly. Found pressed right up against the trunk. The details are pretty disturbing. Tiny puncture marks all over his body.
And completely drained of blood. It just sets this incredibly dark tone from the absolute beginning.
Then, fast forward a bit to the colonial era, the British arrive. And suddenly, these strange events start getting, well, documented by officers.
Adds a whole different layer, doesn't it? Takes it beyond just folklore, like that 1842 log entry.
Oh, yeah, the one about Sepoy Havildar Singh, a Havildar, that was a rank in the British Indian Army.
And he was found under the tree, which people were already calling the blood oak by then. The description of how he was found is just gruesome.
It really is. Skin peeled back, almost meticulously. The log says it looked like he'd been, and this is a direct quote, licked clean.
Licked clean. I mean, what could even do that? It's horrifying.
And it keeps getting stranger. Jump to 1891, there's this report from a botanist, Dr. Alcott.
Right, and he brings this sort of pseudoscientific element into it, finding hemoglobin in the sap.
Yeah, and not just a trace, 37% hemoglobin. The stuff that carries oxygen in our blood. How does a tree even do that?
It beggars belief. And he tried to cut it down, didn't he? But something stopped him.
He did. But the report says the tools, axes presumably, just rusted on contact. Instantly.
Instantly.
And his local assistants. They apparently fled. They were convinced the tree's roots were actually moving at night.
You can't blame them, really. Moving roots.
Not at all. Then there's another grim one from 1917, a Gurkha soldier.
He carved his name into the bark, right?
Yes. And by the next morning, the letters he carved were supposedly bleeding, like actual blood.
I'm dead.
He was found hanged from the very same branch he'd carved.
Mm-mm.
And the truly macabre part, his tongue was gone, replaced with an oak leaf.
So this isn't just some historical horror story that faded away. These encounters, they've kept happening right into, well, our time.
Absolutely. That 2008 incident with the backpackers is particularly chilling. College kids just camping under the tree.
And they heard scratching from above.
Yeah, scratching sounds from the branches, but they couldn't see any animals up there. Nothing.
And the tent splattered with sap.
Sap that tested as type O negative blood. I mean, how do you even process that?
You don't. And one of them, Priya, she had this cut.
Right. And ivy started growing out of the cut.
Yeah.
Its thorns were supposedly pulsing, like tiny veins. It's pure nightmare fuel.
And didn't the doctor say something about the vines they removed?
They did. Apparently, the severed vines kept writhing in the specimen jar for days, like they were still alive, still connected somehow.
Wow. Okay. Fast forward again, 2020. The wildlife photographer, Rajiv Nair.
Ah, yes, his photos.
Yeah.
They tell this terrifying little story. First shot, dusk, just a normal-looking oak.
Okay.
Second shot, midnight. The leaves are quivering, but unnaturally so, almost like insects swarming.
Unsettling. But the last photo.
Taken at 3:33 a.m. That's the one. It clearly shows, well, it looks like the silhouette of a woman inside the trunk, as if she's pressed against the bark from within.
Inside the truck. That's deeply disturbing.
And his final Instagram post, just his reflection and some sap on the bark. But his eyes.
They were gone, replaced by knotholes.
Exactly. Knotholes. A horrifying final image.
So, what is going on here? Is there any explanation, anything that pulls these threads together?
Well, potentially. A discovery was made in the archives in Almora, a crumbling palm leaf manuscript.
An old text, what did it say?
It completely reframes Nagimbai. It says she wasn't a witch at all. She was a Naga Sadhvi.
A serpent priestess, like a guardian.
Exactly. A protector of those hills. The manuscript suggests the tree didn't just burn her body. It absorbed her dying scream.
Absorbed her screams, so the tree collects voices.
That's the implication. That it now holds the echoes, the voices of those who died near it.
Okay, wait, that could actually explain some things, like the whispering people hear on recordings near the tree.
Precisely. And the victims often missing small body parts. Earlobes, fingernails, teeth, almost like tokens being collected.
And the sap, you said it contained hemoglobin. Does the manuscript mention anything else?
It does. And this is perhaps the most bizarre detail. When the sap dries, it apparently forms perfect miniature replicas of human vocal cords.
Vocal cords, okay, that is incredibly specific and deeply creepy. It really points to this idea of the tree capturing essence, voices.
It really does.
So, okay, faced with all this history, this strangeness, if you found yourself near this tree, is there anything you could actually do to stay safe? Has any wisdom been gathered?
It seems so. Based on the manuscript, local knowledge, observations, there are some potential do's and don'ts that have emerged over time.
Right. Practical advice almost. What are the do's?
Well, first, if you have to go near it, wear iron toe rings. The idea is the iron messes with the root sensors somehow,
Well,
disrupts something.
okay, iron rings. What else?
Turmeric paste. If you have any cuts, cover them with turmeric paste. It's thought to mask the smell of blood, which the tree seems drawn to.
Masks the blood scent. Makes sense given the history. Anything else?
Singing. Apparently singing local folk songs loudly. The theory is it confuses the voices the tree has absorbed, creates noise, interference.
Interesting. So overwhelm it with sound. Okay, now for the crucial don'ts. What should you absolutely avoid?
Top of the list. Don't touch the fallen leaves. They're said to burrow under your skin.
Okay, noted. Don't touch the leaves.
Also, maybe an obvious one given its taste for fluids. Don't relieve yourself nearby. The manuscript mentions a preference for salt-rich liquids.
Right. Best not to provide refreshments. And then the last one, it was something about apologies.
Yes. Don't apologize loud near the tree. The belief is that Nagin Bai, or the entity within, despises false remorse. It can somehow tell if you're sincere or not.
Wow. Okay, so only genuine feelings allowed, this whole thing. It just keeps getting stranger. And it seems like it's not static, right? It's changing.
That's the latest disturbing development. It seems the phenomenon, the curse, whatever it is, might be evolving.
Evolving how?
Well, for one, since around 2022, people have reported that the tree's shadow doesn't always match its physical shape anymore.
The shadow is wrong. How is that even possible?
No natural explanation comes to mind. It's just wrong. And there's more. New saplings have begun sprouting.
Okay. Trees have saplings.
But these are sprouting in the exact spots where victims died. And the bark on these saplings, it's patterned like human fingerprints.
Fingerprint patterns on the bark. That's beyond macabre.
It is. And there's a modern tech twist, too.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, if you ask certain AI chatbots like ChatGPT about the Ranikhet tree,
Yeah, what happens?
the answers sometimes contain hidden text, Devanagari script, embedded in the English response.
Hidden script, what does it say?
It translates to, "Come water my roots."
Chilling. A hidden message from the tree via AI.
It seems so. And the final warning, the most recent one, involves dreams.
Dreams.
Yes. The local lore now warns that if you dream of a woman offering you shade under a tree in that area, you must burn your pillow immediately upon waking, at dawn.
Burn your pillow?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
The belief is that Nagin Bai is now reaching out, trying to collect sleepers, expanding her influence beyond the physical tree itself.
So the witch's tree of Ranikhet, it's just this potent mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
History, bizarre biology, folklore, modern tech scares. It all blends together into something deeply unsettling.
It really does. It makes you think about the power of place, the echo of trauma, and whether a curse, fueled by belief and perhaps something else, can actually endure and, well, evolve over centuries.
It definitely leaves you wondering about the lines between myth, nature, and maybe forces we just don't understand. What else might be out there? Just